huge changes in policy at a national level and a state level meant that, certainly from a Doutta perspective, we were going, the future looks very different. All our funding's going to be up for grabs. How do we preserve what we do in our community, which we think is so important, basically? So we started contemplating a merger, and so we had initial discussions with people that we felt were in our neighbourhood, would possibly and hopefully share the same values. And so they started as very low-key exploration rather than anything else. It took a long time, a lot of work, and really a lot of angst by the boards to make what was, you know, huge decisions.
In September 2011.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that was about right, September 2011. And that meeting was all about the possibility of, do we share values?
Yes.
So there was no conversations about anything structural at that point. It was, what sort of fit are we at a really high level, and values was the key thing for both boards. Whilst it would be a good thing, it wasn't big enough. We didn't get the economies of scale we needed, with the risk of at any time losing different bits of our funding. So we then talked to 2 or 3 other people, including Exhibit A, Ms. Morgain, on my right, your left, and we
This is the one that stuck.
It's like this.
Stop! It's sort of validating as the world around us went as we expected, but it also gave opportunity, didn't it, for staff to begin working together on joint projects, because those processes required our staff to start reorganising, merger or no merger. So kind of like by the time we get to technical, actual merged, most of our organisations will have been acting as one for some time.
But I suppose the other thing about this was that it wasn't just protective, was it? It was also about seeing potential opportunities into the future that none of us would be able to take alone. Advocacy was a big part of it, wanting to be a bigger voice. We wanted to have a voice at the table that would be heard above the voices of other organisations that were much larger than any of us individually.
And that ultimately the purpose of that, as we all know, is to reflect and represent the interests of consumers and communities. So it wasn't just like, oh, you know, we want a bigger voice. No. It's like our communities need a bigger voice because they're going to get drowned out unless we're able to provide a strong enough voice for those communities.
The special thing about us is that we actually kind of trusted each other and liked each other, and so that got us over some of those difficulties when it would have been just as easy to kind of walk away.
I haven't heard a single person say, oh no, I can't do that, I'm not interested in doing that, I'm not going to that meeting, I'm not going to work with those people on this thing. All I have heard from all of our staff across the 3 agencies is, I've had a good idea, what about we blah, 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 or I've rung my colleagues, we've already met, here's a proposal. And so I kind of go, well, in a way they model to us what it is we're representing.
And they're excited. Because it really opens up a lot of opportunities, and it's always, you know, it's great to be able to work with other talented people, and I think they really appreciate that.